Brought to you by Refi. Refinance your defaulted private student loans today at yrefi.com/Ramsey.
Today's question comes from Andrew in Michigan. I own a small business which has grown to 10 employees, plus my wife and myself. One of our growing pains has been our manager, who has been with us for 2 years. At times, he shines and is excellent and proactive. Other times, he does random things like borrowing small amounts from the tips, hiding small checking errors, and lying about dumb mistakes. We've had numerous conversations about these lapses in judgment. Should we fire him or give him one more chance? Again, I don't have enough details here to say why I would give him one more chance. It feels like we've had numerous conversations. And so numerous at this point, we've not seen any behavior change. And what's tough is that this is somebody who carries a lot of water. Sounds like he shines in a lot of areas, but in an area that is a legitimate red flag where you've talked to him multiple times and it's not changing, I don't think one more chance is necessary unless you have not communicated that this is in fact now the last chance. We don't have this conversation ever again. This is a tough decision emotionally at times, but you have to separate the emotion from maybe your fears of what would happen if this person, a high performer, leaves. But ultimately, you got to do what is right, and you've felt like this is a problem. You're right. This is a character issue, and it will turn into something bigger if you don't get rid of it.
Yeah. We coach a lot of restaurant folks in our small business program, Entree Leadership, and I'm not a restaurant person, but my understanding is most restaurants, with what you're talking about here, at the end of the day, the tips are, some people either put them in a pool or they are, each server keeps their own tips for the night. But if they put them in a pool and split them up among the servers and the busboys or whatever, and then the manager is taking money out of that, he's stealing money from your other employees. That's not something you need to give grace to. There's not a single person that works in that restaurant that thinks this guy's awesome. He's stealing from them, and they know it. The servers are a lot of things, but they carry heavy trays, and they know where their tips went. I can tell you that. Okay, they work their butts off. Their feet hurt. Their back hurts when they go home. They want to know where their tips went. And my manager took my tips. What do? You can't really go back and go, well, my manager took my tips. Who are you going to confront? Yeah. Let me tell you, everyone in the place is going to cheer when you fire this guy. He's stealing their tips. It's not real hard for me to figure out. So I'm not quite as easygoing as Ken is on this. You don't have to be mean to him or anything, but when someone steals from the tips, hides small checking errors, is that code for embezzlement? What does hide small checking errors mean, really? Okay. Like, he doesn't know how to do this stuff, and lying about dumb mistakes. I think you have serious integrity issues with this individual, and you've got him in leadership. And so,
You've had enough conversations.
I've had enough just reading this. He's gone. I'd fire him right now. Yeah. I mean, I'd be nice about it, but we give people warnings around here, and we will talk to them, help them change behaviors and do things. There's a couple things we don't, okay?
Right.
One of them is you steal. I don't really need to renovate. I mean, I don't need to spend time rehabbing a thief. That's one I don't need to work on, because I got to look over my shoulder all the time, and I'm giving them my money to work here. So no, you're done. The day, I thought I would put it back later. What? Yeah, you're just gone. Okay. And the other one was, we find, somebody accidentally left a bag of cocaine in the, no, we don't have a second discussion about that. You're just, to start with, there's a bag of cocaine, and then there's accidental. Oh my God, these two things don't go together. You're gone. I mean, this is not, we don't need a drug test. We already got the drug. It's okay. Get it. You're gone. And so it's just, no, I mean that, but that stuff doesn't happen here because of how stringent we are on hiring. Yeah. But that's the type of stuff that we would have a zero tolerance on. And because I don't need to discuss you if you don't have integrity. Now, if you're just not good at your job, or you got a bad attitude, or you're nasty to somebody, I can talk to you about that, give you a chance to change your ways. We can coach you along and coach you up and give you a chance to stay. The problem is, and you pointed this out, is when you have 10 people, you are at the stage where we call it the second stage of business. The first stage is treadmill operator, and the next stage is pathfinder. And so when you are at the pathfinder stage, it's like herding cats. You got 10 people, they're running in 10 different directions. Everything's not aligned. There's a lot of chaos. It can be that all of them are working hard. I had 10 people one time. I remember. I mean, it's like everybody's working hard, but they're running in 10 different directions. There's not a lot of alignment, not a lot of good, strong cultural values in place and that kind of thing. And you do have this sense of, if I fire a key person and I have 10 people, the whole place is going to shut down. Well, let me help you. Andrew in Michigan. The whole place is not going to shut down. Instead, they're going to cheer for Andrew in Michigan. They're going to go, Andrew, 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 because the guy that stole our tips, Andrew got rid of him. Andrew is the man. I would charge the gates of hell with a water pistol for Andrew because he had my back. The guy that stole my tips, he fired him. Yeah. That's what's going to happen. Yeah. You're not going to cave. You're not going to fall in. You're going to be stronger. And the longer you do this, the more sure footed you'll be in your decision making on these things. And you'll make fewer and fewer mistakes on who I keep and who I give this to. But don't keep somebody because you think this place isn't going to run because of them. Dude, he was never the secret sauce in the first place. You are the secret sauce. That's why you have a successful concern. But now you have to have a backbone and be a leader and fire a thief.
Yeah, you've enabled it by just using the language borrowing. I thought that was interesting. He's borrowing tips. Here's what we know. If he's borrowing or stealing from his coworkers, it's only a matter of time before he borrows or steals from you, if he hasn't already.
100%.
So that's the thing.
Yeah. 100% chance his wife doesn't trust him. Why Refi refinances delinquent private student loans for struggling borrowers. Learn more at yrefy.com/Ramsey.